Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. I want to show you today the final checkout video of Strowger or Strowger. You know, people pronounce it differently. A&E Telephone. And the Strowger guy is the one who invented the first rotary or automatic rotary dial. And he was affiliated with A&E, and so basically later on A&E bought him out. But he invented this dial, which is one of the first dials that they ever made, and it's the first automatic dial that was ever made. And so anyway, we did an initial check out of this telephone, and this telephone probably looks a lot different than it did before. The wood was pretty dried out in spots, and so what I wanted to do was I wanted to treat the wood a little bit, and so we did that. And I also had a chance to talk with Al, which is a pretty big-time phone collector, and he's in Nebraska, and he has this exact model. He also has the candlestick telephone that goes along with this that has the same exact dial that's on the candlestick. And so basically this is a 1907 model, the wooden wall, and this is Wayne's telephone from Canada. And basically there's a transformer here that we removed out of the telephone because from what I understand, someone in California or somewhere here went around and bought up a lot of these telephones and had sent them off to Canada. Somebody bought them off of them in Canada, and this transformer started showing up in these telephones for the simple fact that they had a situation that they were using this transformer for up in Canada. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a look at that, and we're going to be sending that back to Wayne along with the telephone. Now this telephone is finished up, but I had a chance to talk to Al because from what I understand, he's about the only person that has the number dial. Years ago, he thought of having a bunch of them printed up, and so I contacted Al and got a little bit of the story on this telephone. So what we're really waiting for is this number card for the dial. And so everything else has been finished up. And then for Wayne, I'm going to put his phone number down here in this little box where your number would be. And we're going to go from there. So we're just kind of waiting on that card. And Al knows a whole lot about these telephones. He's a collector. He has this model. He also has the candlestick, like I mentioned. And I wondered in the initial checkout video what this hole was for on the finger stop. And I kind of thought that just maybe they might bring the line cord or the handset cord in from the receiver, but it was kind of too small for that, I also thought. So wasn't really sure what that was. Now, Al does have this phone, and he has a button on his. So he does have the original button. And basically what happened was he thinks it's for a change of exchange or something like that. So it was just a button that was installed. This one is missing the button, but it would be, you could pretty much try to get a look at the original and maybe replace it with something that looked exactly like it. So kind of a lot of little things went on with this telephone. Wayne wanted to be able to use this, and if he was going to use it, I wanted him to have quality sound. So what we did was we changed the microphone or the transmitter to a microphone, and we changed the receiver also inside, and we added a PC board as a network so we would have quality sound, because think he wants to use this telephone, and if he's going to use it, I want him to be able to use it without any kind of problem. We also replaced the handset cord with this cloth cord. There was a cloth cord on it, but it was no good, so we replaced the receiver handset cord, the cloth one, with a cloth on cloth. So it's the good cord. The other thing is I'll show you in a second, on the receiver, we did some body work on the receiver because it was cracked all the way around and somebody had already epoxied it or glued it back together again. But they really didn't do any body work on it to straighten it out. It was just left after they glued it back together. So we kind of did some body work on it, got that straightened out. Another issue we had with this telephone is, I'm going to show you here real quick. If you want to look at the side of this. Now, I thought since there was so much metal, probably nickel plated or whatever, on this telephone, that when I was going to work on the transmitter capsule, which was a bakelite type material that was over this metal, it was, cracked and it was brittle. So, I thought, why not, since it's a metal cap, why not just take it off? And the more I polished it and started seeing all the holes in it for when you dip it in the bakelite or whatever type plastic material that they were using, I thought it looked pretty cool this way. I guess you could always dip it in something, some type of a rubber or a plastic, but since there's so much metal on the front of this telephone, I figured, why not just polish this out, the steel, and go ahead and just use it. I think it looks pretty cool that way, and we don't need, in the old days when the transmitter wasn't as sensitive as these microphones nowadays, you might have needed a funnel situation. But with a newer style mic that's a lot more, will pick up better, more sensitive, it doesn't matter if these holes are here. And, so it's not gonna hurt a thing. But I thought that was pretty cool, all the work that they went to with all the holes that they put in this so that the material that they dipped it in would stay on. They would never do anything like that nowadays. There must be 30 holes in this, or 20 at least. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool looking just the way it was. So, and there's a time issue here with Wayne. So basically, there's no sense in going, any further with the transmitter capsule or the spit cup. I mean. Might as well leave it like that. I mean, this telephone has a lot of metal look to it, and I think it kind of goes with a phone, and it's pretty neat just the way it is. So anyway, a lot of little things happened. The receiver got repaired. We put a different receiver capsule in it. We've got a cloth handset cord. We went through the transmitter spit cup here. We also have a microphone inside. We had to wire the bell. And I'm going to show you the inside of the phone now here real quick. And basically, try to give you some light here. We have our bells in here, we have our coil, and we have our capacitor. Now, what we had come up with is Wayne wanted to bring a line cord in through the back of the phone, so we drilled a hole for him, and that was, that was per Wayne. And so we did that for him. We also installed a modular port for the line cord, so he can simply just walk up to it now and go ahead and plug the telephone in without any problem. And we did all of our rewiring. Everything's been rewired in this telephone and wired up the way we wanted it wired so that it would work properly. We also have our network board installed, and the bell does work, and it works off this capacitor. and basically a spring was added and some work was done to the hook switch so it would return and work properly. Now you'll hear the bell tinkle when I lift the handset. Hear that? Pretty cool, huh? Probably something similar to the old days, back when this telephone was in use. So now what we want to do is, and here's the back, there's a little picture frame for that switch here. So they had a switch in this at one time. It may have been removed because, like I said, a lot of these phones went to Canada and they were using them up there in an exchange. And they had some situation where these phones were working for them, and it was the way the CO office, the equipment at the CO office seen the phone. Nowadays, with the point starting open, our equipment will not see that. But as you can see, we put a bunch of different new, we used cloth cord everywhere as much as we could. And so all the connections have been made and everything is finished up with it. So now what we want to do is we just want to go ahead and check the telephone out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and ring the phone. I'm going to let that go a couple times. Let that go one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and answer it here. Give you some dial tone. And so basically what really it comes down to is this is an extension phone now, because you cannot dial out with it. But that's the way Wayne wants to use it. And as you can see, the receiver turned out pretty nice after our body work. So that all turned out real well. We also had to put some felt in here, because in the old days they had a metal plate that was in on the magnets, and so basically any kind of a receiver capsule that's in there, you would actually see that. But now with the felt there, you will not see it. And another thing that we want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to call, say, like a time and temp number. So I'm going to move it over to a regular line. Let's do that right now. Give you some dial tone. And I'm going to take another phone and I'm going to dial time and temperature. And then I'm going to hang the other phone up.
Good afternoon. Need service for your car today? Call any of our service departments or make an appointment online at Offenburg.com. Today is Sunday, October 23rd. The time is 5:31. Current temperature 79 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Mostly clear tonight, lows around 50, sunny skies on Monday, a high in the mid-70s.
Now I'm going to hang up, and I also want to call, like, let's say, let's call Walmart. Then I'll hang the other phone up.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
I think they're on break, maybe.
Thank you for choosing your Belleville Walmart. So you save money and live better.
How you doing?
Fine.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm about a foot away from my phone. Maybe I don't need a new phone, huh? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So maybe I don't really need electronics now. Maybe I don't need to buy another phone, right?
Well, that's your choice.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for your help, and you have a nice day.
You too.
Okay. Well, I'd say I'm about 1.5 feet away from the phone. So if she could hear me, then I know the phone works pretty good. Because basically, you want to get up closer to the microphone when you talk, but evidently it's going to work just fine because I'm about 1.5 feet away from it, and she heard me. So if I was like 0.5 foot away, I think it would be just perfect. So anyway, what we want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it back over into the regular telephone line or into the analyzer, and I want to ring it one more time. Kind of give you a little bit of a side view here of it. Dial tone. And then what I want to do is I want to try to get the dial tone to go away. And then I want to talk into the handset. And you're going to see a red light there on the analyzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time that red light lights, that's 100% modulation. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know this telephone is working, and it's basically finished up. But I'm waiting on the number card from Al, and as soon as we get the number card in, then what we'll do is finish the telephone up and get his number installed. He wanted his number in this little plate here, and then we're going to get him a number card. So, and I was happy to be able to talk to Al because I learned a lot about this telephone and some things that went on with these types of telephones that had these types of dials that Strowger had invented for, basically he invented it, and then he got involved with A&E. And A&E Automatic Electric basically bought him out after a while. But, they're just really cool telephones. They're worth some money too. So, if you can see one of these somewhere or you can get it, I would definitely pick it up because they're worth some money. And they're highly collectible and they're pretty rare. They might have more of them up in Canada just for the simple fact that a lot of them were sent to Canada. But if you can come across one of these, don't pass it up because it's a great phone. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. And you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Wayne's telephone from Canada, and it's a Strowger A&E 1907 wooden wall telephone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.